Practice today that is about 20 minutes long. I have a couple of clients and a couple of students that would like to have something to do on days they aren't in class or aren't doing sessions. So these are going to involve some sun salutations and some core work and some stretching, all in about 20 minutes. We'll see. So I'm going to start at the front of your mat. We'll start with sun salutations. So take a moment. Take a long, slow, deep breath. And then let the breath settle into a light ujjayi. If you get more vigorous, then that ujjayi breath will get more vigorous as well. Always check in with the foundation in your feet and percolate energy up into the body. And then when you're ready, inhale the arms up. And on the exhale, bring it down. Do that 2 or 3 more times. Inhale, lift. And exhale down, maybe one more. And on this last one, if you want, a little swan dive. Take it down. Soft knees, flat back, your forward fold. If you need a little longer warm-up, you can stay here. You want a little bend in the knees. You want the head to hang. Maybe sway a little side to side. And then when you're ready, shoulder blades back. Monkey pose. Lift halfway. And bow in. And one more time. Inhale, lift halfway. And bow in. Last one. Inhale, lift halfway. And bow in. And let's come to tabletop. One knee back and then the other. And a few rounds of cat-cow around the spine. Let the head hang. Draw shoulder blades back, lengthen out. We inhale as we lengthen. Exhale as we round. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Neutral spine, take the hands a little forward. By modified plank, inhale. And on the exhale, chaturanga. You can lower down or you can roll the body down, and I'll show you how to do that on the next round. Shoulder blades back and baby cobras. Peel up and release. Peel up, inhale. And release. One more time. Press to tabletop. If you need a child's pose here, you can take that. And then transition into downward facing dog. Turn toes under. Float the hips up, a good bend in the knees. Wrap shoulder blades around, and you can warm the feet up a little bit more if you like by pedaling the heels. One more breath. And relax the feet. Heels don't have to reach the floor. You can take the right leg up. Breathe, roll open, bend, and extend the legs. One more breath. Going to inhale, lengthen the leg. Let's just put that right toe on the mat for balance. Going to set the left knee down. Going to sweep that right foot forward and find a modified crescent lunge. Take a few moments here and check in. Shoulder blades on the back. Arms can be straight up or even cowboy surrender arms. What's better for your neck and shoulders? You have to make that call. One more breath. Hand to the knee, hand to the ground, lengthen, inhale. Rotate in the direction of the right leg and peel the arm up or rest it on the hip. Remember not to roll open to the big toe. Keep that big toe mound pressing against the mat. One more breath. Going to look down, hands down, turn the back toe under, step that foot forward, bow in. And shoulder blades back, come up all the way. You can roll up or flat back. Find Tadasana. And when you're ready, with an inhale, take the arms up. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. And come to tabletop one more time. Maybe step the other leg back first. Take time here, set the belly on the exhale. Spinal stabilization, extend the right arm and the left leg. And stay and breathe. on an exhale, come back to tabletop. Find your balance on the other side. And on your next exhale, come back to tabletop and move with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Side to side. One more breath. And your tabletop. Find your modified plank. And this time, if you want to try rolling down, engage the belly. Lower the thighs, hips, belly. Might be easier on your shoulders to do it that way. And a few rounds of baby cobra. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Press to tabletop. And downward facing dog. Again, bending the knees takes pressure off of the low back. Gives you a chance to really stretch out the back. And when you're ready, left leg up. Breathe, roll open, bend and extend the leg. One more breath. I'm going to put that toe to the mat, knee down, sweep the left foot forward, modify your crescent lunge. Take your balance, pick your arms. You can either go straight up or cowboy surrender. Check in with the breath. And then hand to the knee, hand to the ground. Lengthen, inhale. And rotate in the direction of the left knee. Again, keeping that left big toe pressing down into the mat. One more breath. Look down, hands down. Turn the back toe under. Step forward. Come all the way up. Tadasana. You can add a standing posture here, maybe tree pose. Don't forget you've got wall space. You can put your fingertips on the wall. You're going to shift your weight to the right, find your balance, and then lift the left heel and rotate open. You can let that heel rest on the ankle, don't slump. Pull everything up. Maybe the foot comes up onto the shin, or even all the way up onto the thigh, and maybe the arms go up overhead. If you fall, be careful. One more breath. And we step down nice and easy. Sway a little side to side. If the back gets tight doing standing balance, you find a nice ragdoll. Heavy bend in the knees. Hold the elbows or let the arms rest on the floor. 2 or 3 breaths here will ease some tension out of that low back and bring yourself up. And we'll try it on the other side. Find your balance. Heel comes up, maybe the heel rests on the ankle. You can stay here. You can slide the foot up, or you can bring the foot all the way up onto the thigh, and the arms extend up if you like. Just a few breaths, and when you're ready, you bring it back down. One more breath. You're going to take your time and make your way down to the mat. Maybe do a reverse sun salutation. Start at the back of the mat. You're going to inhale up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, look a little forward. Exhale, walk to the top of your push-up. Knees down or up, chaturanga. Find a cobra and a release. Press to tabletop. And maybe take a child's pose here. Just really sink the hips back. If your hips don't go back, you can do puppy pose. The knees don't like the bend of child's pose. Do whichever one suits you. One more breath. Not here for very long. Shoulder blades on the back. So we're going to come to tabletop. Going to play just a little bit of Pilates in here. Set your belly on the exhale. And we're going to extend right toe back. And from here, you're simply going to lift that leg. Go 1 and 2. Don't roll open. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How about 10 more? And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. If you need to, sink back into child's pose or a few cat-cows, shoulder blades on the back. If your wrists are uncomfortable here or your shoulders, you can come down to forearms, and I'll do this side on forearms, but you can do it on both. You can take that left toe back, engage the belly, and we bring it up. Here we go. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. And again, cat-cow or child's pose. We'll go back to the other side. I think I'm going to stay on forearms. You can stay up if you prefer. You're going to take the right toe back, the leg about hip high. You're going to bend and you're going to keep the foot flexed as if you were tapping the ceiling with your heel. Double time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Going to hold it up. You're going to bring that knee down, tap around the outside of the calf, take it right back up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring it down. We're just going to go right to the other side. If you need to take cat-cow or child's pose, please do that. Extend the leg out, bend, double time, heel to the ceiling. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bring it down. Here we go. Cross it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to bring that down, slide back to child's pose or cat-cow, puppy pose if you prefer. One more breath. Slowly bring it up. Fantastic. We're going to lay down on our back. Find neutral for a moment. Feet a little further away from your bum than they would be for bridge. Let the shoulders relax. Anytime you need to, hug the knees side to side or draw the knees in and rock. All right? So let's do a little bit of core work here. So these are going to be our reverse toe taps. You're going to have your feet a little further out. You're going to take a moment, a little mula bandha. Gently lift through the pelvic floor. This is not a hard kegel. This is not a grip. It's just the idea that you're lifting through that pelvic floor. Uddiyana Bandha, we draw the navel center in and up on the exhale. In Pilates, it was oftentimes referred to as set the belly. So we set the powerhouse in Pilates. Shoulder blades back. Palms can be down if you need for a little bit more balance and stability. And all I want you to do is begin to march in place. You're just going to bring the knee right over the hip and take it down. Over the hip and take it down. The knee doesn't come over the body, right? So it's not coming in. It just comes over the hip. We inhale And we exhale. So a few tips here. Don't let the heel drop. Don't let the leg extend. So no movement in the knee. None at all. And no movement in the pelvis. So you're not pushing into one foot and rocking the knee up, right? And you're not rocking side to side. Right here. That little tiny Pilates breath here, the exhale through pursed lips, gives you a little bit more firm belly, right? And you can inhale and exhale in either direction. You can inhale here and exhale down. Or you exhale and inhale. You have to decide what gives you more support, right? The back is not flat, it's neutral. As you bring the knee in, the low back might drop in the direction of the floor. But again, the pelvis is so quiet here, it shouldn't move very much. If you've got noise in your hips, clicking, popping, snapping, with or without pain, it doesn't matter. You can say, oh, it's making noise, but it doesn't hurt. You want to maybe take the feet wider or closer together, or maybe 1 foot wider. You figure out where can I do this motion with the least amount of noise. Right? Maybe one more. And we rest. Constructive rest pose if you need to, which is feet wide, knees together. Maybe you sway the knees side to side. Maybe you hug the knees in if you need to really release that low back. And let's ease into some stretching. You're going to keep the feet wide, and you're going to let the knees drape over to the right side, and you're going to stay here. If you need some support under this leg, you can reach up and tuck a block underneath that left knee, and you stay, and you breathe. Breath has become more of a Samavitri, that balanced inhale and exhale. It's still a deliberate breath. You're still breathing on purpose. But you're easing tension all along the left side of the body, the left side of the thigh, up into the hip, front of the hip, maybe side of the hip, maybe into the low back or into the space between the ribs and the front of the hip. You can always take that left arm somewhere around 3 o'clock. You can maybe take it up to 2 or 1 o'clock and just let the head fall a little over to the right. One more breath. Arm always comes down to neutral. Legs come up. You pause here in the moment. And then when you're ready, you find an exhale. And you take the legs over. And again, you can support the top leg, in this case the right leg, with a block. And you stay for a few breaths and you watch what's going on the right side. The right thigh, maybe the outside into the IT band attachments, maybe into the hip, in that space between the ribs and the thigh, and in that space between the pelvis and that low back. And the right arm, somewhere around 9 o'clock, can come up to 10 or 11, and the head may fall a little away from that, so in this case, the left side. One more breath. Head always comes back to center. The arm comes back to neutral. The knees come up next. And let's do our strap stretches and we'll be done. So you're going to take the foot, wrap it around, or strap wrap it around the foot. You've got some options here. You can keep that left knee bent. or you can extend that left foot out on the floor. If you don't have a yoga strap at home, you can use a couple of ties tied together, a piece of rope, an old belt. All of that works beautifully. So you're just getting some length here. If you've got really tight hamstrings, you might be out here with a little bend in the knee, and that's okay. You might even have to bend this left leg a little bit. Stay where you need to be, relaxing that left or right arm rather, and the left arm out to the side. About 3 to 5 full breaths. And then take your time. When you're ready, the leg can come out to the right. You put the right elbow on the floor for support of the shoulder, but you don't want to rock the body. So this doesn't come away from the floor. Come back up. Check this top of the thigh where the thigh and the hip come together. You got that crease. Try and keep that from moving as the leg comes out. Okay? Maybe 2 more full breaths. 1 more. And then very gently, when you're ready, that leg comes up. You keep the strap on the foot and you change hands. And you take that leg across. You can put that elbow on the ground. So now you're working on keeping that right shoulder down. You can always put blocks or bolster under this leg for support. One more breath. And very gently bring it up. And we'll change feet. Left foot up, right foot down. And again, same thing. That right leg can be bent or extended. You make that choice. You might need to have a bend in the left leg or the leg fully further away from the body. And you've got enough strap that you've got some space here that's just deeply relaxed. We're not holding on, right? We're just holding this so that it stays. About 3 more breaths. And then take your time, and the leg comes out to the left. And again, now it's the right side. We want to keep this leg down on the mat. So a couple of little pointers. If your leg tends to come away from you, like this, because you think I've got to get my foot to the floor, it's really not the object here. The object is to kind of get open through the inner thighs, but also open through the pelvis. That might mean you've got to stay up here, right? And keep this hip anchored. You might put a chair here, a stack of books, your block or bolster. The further you go, the more this has to anchor because you're moving in 2 directions, right? I'm not taking the foot that way. I'm taking it straight out to the left. Sometimes it helps to turn the head away from the direction that the leg is going. That helps you to anchor that right side of the body. 1 more breath. And you take your time, bring it up, change hands, left arm comes out, and you take the leg across. And again, the left shoulder stays down. You maybe stay here for a few breaths, let things soften. Gotta scoot away from the wall a little bit. Maybe 1 more breath. And take your time and bring it back up. You're going to release that. Come back to your constructive rest pose. And maybe take a long, full inhale. Sigh that breath out. Maybe extend the legs out long and away. The hips relax so much the feet fall open. Now, if you want to stay here for more than a minute, You can put something underneath the knees, blankets or a bolster. And rest in your Shavasana. If all you have time for is a minute, just imagine that each exhale lets you sink a little, like you're sinking into a feather bed. A minute should be somewhere around 8 to 10 breaths. Stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. When you're ready to come up, you'll roll to one side, push yourself up. Namaste, everyone.